at the house. From where I left off with the rear main, so I've driven a little bit here and there and slowly got into some boost, 10 maybe 15 pounds. No signs of leak at this moment just yet, but doing some logs just with that alone, I noticed that when my rad went out a while back, a couple videos back, and I replaced it with the Doral fans and upgraded the rad, that kind of stuff, when it did blow out, it got saturated the alternator, and I tried to brake clean it as best I could. So I've noticed in my logs, as I get into higher boost and higher RPM, voltage is dropping pretty harsh. So it goes down on average between or from 13.7 down to like 12.8, 12.7 in high boost, so, or higher RPM. So that's causing a couple issues as well. So fuel pump voltage will drop. That will create my issue in regards to fuel pressure dropping, leaning out on higher boost as well. Overall ECU voltage, so system will try to compensate as best it can to spike things back up, but it will cut fuel and timing and that kind of stuff as voltage drops down. So I need to replace the alternator. It's fine, cold start, idle, that stuff to charge. As it's winding out, it's just not there. And I had a feeling it would kind of happen from the amount of coolant that got sprayed on it by the fans when the rad went. So that doesn't surprise me. But to visually see it on the log is what I was like, okay, I need to get this done sooner than later, especially if I want to try to make another high boost run up. Right, so I got the pipe off, and it's hard to see, but I'm going to drill a hole right beside the air intake sensor there, and it's just sort of flush mounted. So I'm going to finish, actually when I install this, I remember I wanted to re-tap this and get it further inside the pipe for better distribution. I have a drill and tap set, so I can actually do this a lot nicer than I did the original time. And then the kit comes with a T and some extra hose. So basically all I got to do is I have my hose here. It comes with a T and extra little bit of pipe, so it makes it very easy. These are push quick connects on the hose, so you just literally cut to length and slide it on and it will clamp, and that's it. I finished installing the secondary injector. I got the first one mounted up pretty good. So first one is a 500cc nozzle, second one is a 1000cc. So you can see how the V3 sticks out quite a bit more than the V2. So I do want to upgrade the second, or the primary one, to another V3, just because supposedly they are a lot better spray pattern, easier to maintain, less leaks, stuff like that. Not that I've had an issue with the V2s, but they're obsolete, and if it is a better system, then I'd rather run that. So I'm gonna put this back on the car, we'll test spray it and make sure both of them are working and no leaks up front, and then we'll go for a drive. And with that, in a few minutes, got the car jacked up just a little bit. Alternator is out, and like I said, she's toast. It's very like sticky to the touch. You can see, well, you might not be able to see, but inside is coated with coolant residue. It's green. So yeah, she's seen some bad days. It still works, but just not ideal. So new one's on the way. I just called my alternator guy, and these are about 145 amps, so I definitely need that with all the electrical shit I got in this car. But we'll get this changed out, we'll get it back in. Getting it back in is a pain, just because from underneath, lining up the pulley bolts, the through bolts from underneath is a pain when everything's all still intact. But I've done it before, no big deal. Just fun to fight with, that's all. Okay, so here we got the new alternator. just got dropped off. All shiny and new. So we're gonna put this onto the bracket, get it mounted, and then we'll get it up in the car, put a new belt on, adjust it. I have a manual tensioner on this as well, so I just gotta get some good preload on the belt, not too much so it doesn't snap, and fire up and see how well it goes back to normal. Alright, so you can see here we have really good voltage now. This would have been, even on a cold start right now, this starting to idle down, about 13.4, 13.5. So we got good charging right now, and that alone, the electrical system will work a lot nicer. So fans coming on off and on, you won't have such a big voltage drop. Higher load demands for the fuel pump, etc. With the meth kit going, not a huge voltage drop. Better voltage through the ECU will mean better spark energy, better fuel or injector power delivery. So everything as a whole will be more efficient. Okay, so I'm getting the console apart. So I just wanted to show, this is my current AEM harness, and you can see how well it's burned right up. So I'm going to pull this out. It goes back underneath the carpet to my fuse panel back there, which is connected to the battery direct. My cutout switch down here. So this button, the top portion, so it's just dead. It doesn't, it sort of clicks, but it doesn't actually do anything. So the contact's busted there. Close will work, but don't know if you can hear the difference. But yeah, so I have a new button that I'm going to cut some of this out and put the new button in. These factory buttons are really hard to find, so that's why I'm not replacing with another factory one. And aftermarkets are usually generally about this size, so I'm just going to cut that out here, put that in, and that way if it ever goes on me, it's an easy to replace button for the cutout. So that's why I kind of keep it stealth. The button down here, it's nothing too obvious to anyone else. So yeah, we're going to get this out. We're going to fish this through and fish a new one in, and then we'll wire it in. All the connections are already pre-done, so I just really need to just kind of join them, like cut them back a little bit further, connect it to the new harness down in here, and then plug it back in, and everything should be good. I got everything wired up, so I got my connector back in, run my USB back for the radio, power windows or switches are there. Now I need to go through the wiring that I had for the old switch, because my new button, wherever I put it, down here, so this is what I'm going to have in that area. This is a 6-wire button or switch. Previous one was a 5-wire, so I just got to make sure everything that I need to function is going to function correctly, and this does illuminate, so I have to wire that up separately as well. So going to take the top half of the console here. I need to remove that old switch. Right, on the back side of this, I had epoxied it because they would break all the clips all the time, and I had epoxied the switch in too, so I need to cut that out. Put the new one in and then wire that up. Alright, so I got the console back together, so I got the new switch in, so you can see it illuminates there. Doesn't look too bad, the flush mount. Gotta plug in the controller, which I have at the house, so I'm just gonna head back to the house now, and we'll see how that works. So I got everything plugged in, Turn on my arm switch. Green light. And I hear the pump. Pump is on. So if I press test, I heard it. Pump's going. That's good. I got both cameras going. I'm trying to log or just kind of visually view how well I have this set up. So with the two nozzles that I got now, supposedly should be working together. I have to kind of refine tune what max and minimum meth should come in and how long it should take to go full meth. So I just gotta double check because I did do a test and see if I had any leaks. So I want to take a quick look underneath the hood and check that out. Then we'll go for a drive and just make sure everything's okay. Yep. So let's do just a quick little boot and see if it just pumps and activates like it should. It should. And then, yeah. I did wire up the new cutout switch, motor and all that stuff, but this power button I don't know if it's going to work correctly for what I need. It's not opening and closing right now. So I already see it starting to spray a little bit early there. I'm going to need to dial this back some. Because of how I have the nozzle staggered, one in front and one behind the intake air, I have a feeling that's going to play a lot to do with it. So with really adjusting, oh yeah, I smell it already, how much it should spray. So I know it started spraying really early just because my intake temperature dropped pretty quick there. So you turn it off and you have a start point and an end point. So I have this on like 5 pounds. So I'm going to raise that and I'm going to put the max at 30. That should give me a little bit of adjustment there. Turn it back on and reset. Should be a little bit better. Oh yeah. All right, so I'm heading over to a Strata meet up in Vaughan. It is pretty cool out now. This is probably the coldest weather I've had these Toyo R888s on, so we'll see how they work. But we'll get some logs in and kind of see what happens. But so far the car seems to be responding a lot better with the new alternator, and who knows on the way back if there's any runs going on, or if I can just make a pull and see how the car's driving. So we'll see.
FBT going crazy.